Hello, everybody. Welcome to Christy's Cropping and Creating. I am Christy Boland, and I am a Creative Memories advisor. I live in South Carolina, and I love coming on here and sharing ideas with you. Tonight, I have a very simple idea. I'm actually going to show you a double page spread, but then I'm going to be creating a single page spread. And I really just want to show you that you can be very simple and your pages can still be beautiful. And you can utilize some of the tools that Creative Memories offers you with the different Fast to Fab packs of paper or pages for that matter, as well as the different papers. Sometimes the papers almost look like a scene, and so that's one of the things that I'm gonna show you this evening. And then also I am gonna be showing you how you can keep your decoration very minimal, and it can almost be like it's a tribute to someone or something that you've heard before. And that's kind of where my idea started tonight, or started for what I'm showing you tonight. I'm going to be showing you some pages that look a little more summery or spring, and then some that look more fall because they're warmer tones. So instead of me just continuing to ramble, I'm going to go ahead and jump in and get started. But if you do have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. I'm going to switch cameras and then I will show you how you can reach out to me with my email address, or if you need to place an order. You can always order at, well, my email address is christyboland@gmail.com, and note the spelling of Christy. It's Kristi. Boland is Bolin, and that's at gmail.com. My website is creativememories.com/user/Christy Boland. And that's if you don't already have an advisor that you're working with. You can order from my website. I would be happy to help you in any way that I can. This is the very simple idea that I'm going to show you tonight. Now, this is the double page spread, and I've already shared with you that I'm going to switch up from this double to a single page. And this is what I'm going to create with you guys tonight. And as you can see, this is the fall layout, and I feel like it still looks like it's a nice little sunset. It makes me think of picnics and, well, more so bonfires, but that's what the campfire and bonfire fire pit thing, that's what the fall page makes me think of. Although I know that sometimes we also do fire pit things in the summer. And then this makes me think of summer sunsets, beach, ocean. But either way, it's very simple. I did the citrus slice border maker cartridge across the top to also act like it's a sun, and the Adirondack chairs. And if you have been around Creative Memories anytime at all, you know that we had somebody near and dear to us that once spoke about the Adirondack chairs and how when she retired, she and her husband were just going to sit by by the lake at their lake house and just enjoy the time and enjoy each other. And she always encouraged us to choose joy and to share your joy with others and to be kind to others. So this is like a little tribute to Susan. So here is my summary page. Summery, not summary. And I've got space for 6 photos. Obviously, you could do more. Obviously, I have no photos or journaling on this page yet, but I really wanted my focus to be the fact that this is representative of my husband and I and how we love to watch the ocean waves crash, or if we do go down to the lake, just kind of sit and chill. So that's what this layout is about. And again, this is what we're going to create. And you see, they're totally different. Like this has a frame, The only similarities is truly the Adirondacks. So this is what I'm going to show you how to create tonight. This is the Golden Harvest paper pack, and the background sheet is from the Golden Harvest Tone on Tone paper pack. This is from You Quack Me Up, and it is still available on the website, and it is a really cute nondescript pack. It does have some ducks on some of the different papers and things, and it's just a really great pack for using for kids in the bathtub or the pool or whatever. But look, I mean, there's not even going to be any kids on these pages, and it just made me think of summer. There are tons of things available online on my website that you can look for to find different sale prices. And Creative Memories almost never puts things on sale, but we do have some things that are going to be available at a discount price until July 5th. So go check it out. One of those packs is the Mermaid Cove paper pack, and it would be fabulous for doing something like this. The Seaside or Seaside Texture paper packs have some great scenery pieces. The Sunrays for Days Fabulous pack has some. Wanderlust, Sunburnt Country, Sweet Summer is one of our new paper packs and collections that would be wonderful for you to look at. What a Zoo 2 Fabulous papers. And I'm not going to continue to read from my list, and I'm not guaranteeing you that all of those are at a discount price. I know for a fact that Mermaid Cove is, but just go grab that while you can. So this is what we're going to create. And in order to do this, I made a 1-inch frame. So we're going to take our 12 by 12 piece of paper, and we're going to cut starting at the 1-inch and ending at the 12-inch. Ending at the 11-inch. So I'm going to put my clips at the 0 and at the 12, because then my blade will stop cutting at the 1-inch and it'll stop cutting at the 11-inch, since the blade housing is 1-inch wide. So I'm going to put my paper over here at the 1, also at the 11 if you're looking over on your left-hand side. But because I put those clips in place, I don't have to think. I just start cutting, and see how I'm cutting out this frame. The wonderful thing about cutting out a frame like this is you're going to have a big piece left over that you can use on another page. And this paper is really busy. It is a wonderful paper, but because it's so busy, you would probably want to cover up a lot of it with your photos or with your photo mat. And so that's one of the reasons that I'm hollowing this out, is so that it won't be so overwhelming. But again, this fall paper from Golden Harvest, it just made me think about the bonfires that we do in the fall and things like that. So this I've got to use on another page. And look how pretty the back of that is. It's just really pretty. It looks like you're looking up under a tree at all the leaves about to fall. So I can save that for another page. And then in order to make this center here, and that looks like a fiery sunset, I'm going to cut my paper down to 11.5 inches. So I'm only going to take a 1/2 inch off. So I'll put it at 11.5 or the 1/2 inch mark. And I can move my clips because I don't need those anymore. So I'm just going to set this to the side. And by the way, if you're wondering what these clips are, it's literally just these binder clips that you can get from an office supply store. And it just makes it really easy when you're making frames or when you're making things where you need your blade to stop cutting at a certain place, but you don't want to have to think about where do you stop cutting. So that's all that is that I'm putting on the track. but I'm going to cut a 1/2 inch off of 2 adjoining sides of my page. So there's one of my 1/2 inch strips. I will rotate it one direction or one time. I'll put it at the 11.5 a second time, and also at the 1/2 inch a second time. I will slice that off, and this is a scrap to use on a different page also. And now I have my 11.5 inch square that's going to go inside my frame that I just made. So it's going to go back behind it instead of on top of it. But honestly, if you wanted it to go on top of it, it certainly could. Because look how nice that would look. Maybe I should teach y'all 3 different ways to do this layout by creating it like this. Either way, I'm going to go ahead and do it the way I did it the first time. But I'm going to flip my paper over, and I'm going to put my adhesive on the back here. And that way I can stick my smaller square to where the adhesive already is back here along the back. I don't think I went along that side. So I'm just going along the edge, and I'm kind of kissing the edge, the inside edge of this frame. And I know that I want the brighter yellow to be at the top. So I'm just going to flip that over like this. And because I'm using my 13-inch mat and I'm centering my paper inside that 12-inch square, I know that my 11.5 inch square is going to be at 1/4 inch from the ends all the way around. So I can see the 1/4 inch here. I can see the 1/4 inch here, 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 and then also down in this bottom left-hand corner. So that is ready to go, or it should be ready to go. Let's make sure I did it right. I think I did. Although this leaf paper is kind of non-directional. Like I think no matter which way I turn that leaf paper, the leaves still look good, but I really do like this yellow up in the top, because that's how, as the sun is setting, it does seem like there's still a brighter spot up in the top of the sky. So I have this little strip of tangerine that was left over from a different project that I did. And technically, you would think that this is not going to be wide enough to cut my Adirondack chair. Now, I know that when I can put it over the Adirondack and it does cover everything, but under normal circumstances, I would want it to be thicker for me to be putting inside this cut or this punch. But I'm going to make sure I'm in the right place by looking under here, and then I can see where the paper is. But also, when I was punching these out earlier from this same strip of paper, I just kind of checked, and I made sure that if I was in the center, I'm going to hold it closer so you can see, and then hopefully I'm doing it right as well. But when I made sure I was holding it in the center of these marks right here, I came out okay. So let's see if I come out okay again. I did. So, I didn't get the punch completely in the center of the strip of paper, but I also didn't cut anything off. So don't be afraid to try a smaller size scrap. Just make sure you're eyeing it from the bottom of the punch, as well as where you're loading the punch, the paper into the punch. And then hopefully you will not make a tremendous amount of mistakes and you will be perfectly fine in trying to cut yours out like I just did. And instead of chopping that off with my trimmer, I'm just going to go ahead and load it again. Actually, I'm going to start this way, and then I will make sure from the other side that I've got this in. One of the biggest things I would say is just to make sure that your paper is pushed in all the way, not just, you know, flush under the design, but pushed back all the way. And it looks like I'm covering everything. And it might not always work for you to do something like this, you know, with with some of our other punches. Again, I didn't get it perfectly in the center, but I also didn't cut anything off. So I will sit that to the side. And while I'm knocking off my trash here, I wanted to let you know that if you've ever watched any of my videos, you know that I have a hard time throwing things away. I am the punch poop queen. And so even though these might not be completely centered, I don't want to throw them away. I want to save them because what if I can use it on another design? So I just happen to know that that is about 1/4 of an inch above. So I cut it 1/4 of an inch below. And look, now I have a little rectangle piece of paper that has a quote unquote free Adirondack on it. Now I just threw away the insides, you know, these slat pieces and all that came out because that's too much to try to keep up with that. But look, I could still make that work on a page, you know, by having these two these two cutouts of these Adirondacks. And then this I've got scrap to put in a scrap pile to use another time on another page, which could make a great way to create a title strip or something like that. So I may end up throwing these little punched pieces away, but I did just want to show you that you can try to save things from time to time to make it work. Now, in order to have my Adirondacks looking like they're sitting together, you do have to flip one to the back. Otherwise, it's going to look like more like theater seating rather, not sitting, but seating. And honestly, I mean, that's not the end of the world for me to have this one like this and this one like this, because it's still, I could still like have like a little fire pit sitting here or whatever. But I like this look a little bit better where it looks like we are sitting, we are facing each other, we are having conversation. So I'm choosing to do one of mine backwards and one of mine forwards. And again, this will not work with every punch, but it can work with some. I wanted to go back to my summary pages and show you that with these, because it's a double page spread, I have one of the chairs on the left-hand page and one of the chairs on the right-hand page. Now, y'all may have already realized that or saw it just a few minutes ago when I showed this layout, but I am separating those two from page to page. There's not a right way or a wrong way. For that matter, I probably could have lined 6 or 8 of these Adirondacks in a circle and had it truly looking like it's going around a fire pit or something, but I only wanted to do the 2 in this case. And I did the one backwards so that it's facing the other. But if you want them to be side by side as if you are watching fireworks or whatnot, you certainly can do that. Okay, so I've put my chairs down, and with my double page spread, you saw that I had space for 6 photos. And with this single page spread, if I stay inside the frame, I do still have space for 3 photos. They're just going to be a tiny bit overlapping if I stay inside the frame, but I do think that it works perfectly fine to bring this down along the bottom of the frame like this, or even come closer over here, and then I can still have my 2 up here. So this is the thoughts that I had about what I could do with these photo mats. And these photo mats are 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. At least 2 of them are. And I think this third one up here is a tiny bit smaller, but I know it's still 4 1/4 wide. I will tell you how tall it is in just a moment. Let's see. It is 4 1/4 by 5 3/4. So this one is a little bit smaller, so I could center it on this one that's over here to my left. And there is my layout. So as you can see, it's very simple. Now, in this case, it was not intended to be a double page layout. If I were going to do a double page layout with 4 Adirondack chairs, I would have put the 2 over here in the left-hand corner, and I would have put 2 more over here in the right-hand corner. I would have had this photo mat here, and another photo mat here. That's what I would have done if I were making this into a double page spread. But with the fall colors, I technically was just thinking about this single page. So y'all go enjoy your evening or your daytime. I have no idea what time you're watching this. I am recording it in the evening, but whatever you do, choose joy, be kind to others, and take the time to sit with those that you love and talk about the things that you that are important to you. And if you have any questions, don't forget to reach out to me. I would love to help you. You can email me again, christybolin@gmail.com. Christy's Kristi. Bolin is Bolin. And my website is creativememories.com/user/Christy Bolin. Y'all take care, and I will see you next week, I hope. Thank you for watching and subscribing.